Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the best credit cards with no annual fees for people with no credit or limited credit. Now, I know a lot of people that may have challenging credit or they don't have no credit and they don't know where to start at. So today's video, I'm going to show you the best way to start. Also, I'm going to show you a strategy that can possibly help you increase your credit limits. Like I said, these are strategy hacks that I've used and I want to show you so it can possibly help you. But the first credit card we want to talk about is the Patel Cashback Visa. Now, Patel Cashback Visa, a lot of people are not familiar with them, but at the same time, this company is starting to make noise with people that don't have no credit or they're starting to rebuild your credit, okay? And the great thing about them, like I said, is they don't have no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees. They don't charge no fees for using their card. And so their limits start between 500 up to 10,000. Right? And so I guess to get to that 10,000, you may be a foreigner or something, or you may be an individual, you have a lot of income, but you just never had credit. So the Patel, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that, the Patel credit card, I should say, is probably one of your best options, okay? Now, let's talk about Deserve. Now, Deserve is a card that's for if you don't have no credit, if you're a foreigner, this is the card for you. You don't have, not only not being a foreigner, but just a person that's trying to build your credit or trying to start with credit and everything. This is a card you may really want to check out because, like I said, it is also a student credit card, but that doesn't mean you have to be a student in order to get access to the card. But the reason I like this here Deserve card is because you don't have to have a social security number. So if you're a foreigner coming into this country and stuff, you don't have to have a social security number in order to get approved for this credit card. Now, what do they want? They probably want you to have a passport ID, just some identification to show who you are, whatever. But you don't have to have a social in order to get this here credit card. And they give up to $5,000. So, which is very cool for a lot of people that, especially they may be foreigners and stuff that want to build up their credit and stuff, but they don't know where to start. So the Deserve card may be a great option for you, even as a student or non-student. Okay? Now, ones that most of us are familiar with is the Capital One Platinum card. Okay? And so with the Capital One Platinum card, again, you can have no credit or limited credit because Capital One is one of those very flexible type of credit card companies and stuff, to understanding of working with people that are just starting their credit or rebuilding their credit. So especially with people that want a card but don't want to be paying those extra annual fees just to have the card. And so after 5 months, they'll increase your credit limit. All right, and they start at $300. Now, again, the higher your income, the more opportunity you have to get a higher credit increase in your credit, right? On your credit line, excuse me. All right. Now, let's talk about the Capital One Journey card, and of course, it's designed directly for students and stuff. So, worrying about if you have credit or no credit, that's not what this is for people that's actually focused on. They're starting out, don't have no credit, and it actually helps them. And they give you a $300 credit line starting out. And again, depending on your income, you may be an individual that never had credit. And it's funny because it's a lot of people in America that have never had credit. A lot of people that make a lot of money, they don't even believe in credit and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you're looking to start out and you're a college student or you're a student or a person over the age of 18 that's starting to want to build credit and everything, then the Capital One Journey card may be a great option for you. Okay? Now, I do want a couple secured cards here. And the reason that I did that is because you may have bad credit, okay? Or again, you may not have no credit, but you want to try to go to a lot of your big banks. You want to build a relationship with a lot of your big banks. So one of the big banks that I like is Citibank. So getting a Citibank secured card. Now, here's the thing about it, that strategy I was telling you about. You may have limited credit, okay? And the thing about it with the secured card with Citibank, like I said, they want you at least to put $200 down. You cannot have filed a bankruptcy for at least 2 years. If you don't have a social security number, like they'll accept your passport and ID, but you actually have to go into a branch for that. If you had a social, you can do it online. But now, here's the thing about it. If you have a branch nearby or you have a social or whatever, why not open up a checking and savings account with Citibank? And I'll tell you the reason why you want to do that. Because you're building a relationship with them. And remember in a previous video, I was talking about going to Costco and getting a Costco executive card, right? And talking about the data feeding and stuff, because Costco and Citibank, they're in partnership together, right? So if you're shopping, if you're a person that shops at Costco or have a Costco close by, and you start shopping there and stuff, all of that data is being fed back to Citibank, okay? And so if Citibank see that you at least have a savings account or a checking account with them, you have a secured card and stuff, now when you go to apply for a regular credit card, you have higher chances of being approved. Now, again, you don't have to have strong credit or credit at all with the secured card with Citibank. But at the same time, that bankruptcy, if you filed a bankruptcy in the past 2 years, they more likely will turn you down, okay? But nonetheless, I would think that if I was going for like Citibank, I would definitely try to get a Costco card. I'll tell you something else. I would also look at the department stores that Citibank partner up with, like Home Depot. Now, here's a strategy. Say that you have a limited credit or whatever, and you apply for a department store card, because department store cards are easier to get than credit cards and stuff. So you get a department store card at, say, Home Depot or at Sears, right? So you get a department store card for $300, right? So now what you can do is use $200 of that department store card at Home Depot or City Card. Now pay attention. And then get some gift cards, and then take those gift cards, and what you can do is put those gift cards over at, upload them to PayPal, and then take your PayPal money and open up a secured card with Citibank. And then that way you're in this cycle. So now you done built a relationship with PayPal, and you're building a relationship with Citibank. That's just a strategy, okay? Especially for people that are tight budgeted and they may not have that $200, but you may have strong enough credit to get a department store card. So that's a strategy you may consider, okay? Sometimes I go in more in detail in the business credit program that three-way funding offers, but that would be just keep being open-minded and thinking about that strategy. Now, let's talk about this Discover It Secured Card. Now, Discover It Secured Card, $200 after 7 months, it can turn into an unsecured card, and they don't want any bankruptcy. Now, here's the thing about bankruptcies. A lot of people think when they file bankruptcy, they're penalized for at least 10 years. That's not true. It used to be before the housing crisis, the banks would allow you at least 3 years, and they would forgive you, and you can start rebuilding credit with the banks and everything. Now, there are some banks, even if you had 2 years in a bankruptcy, they would still start helping you rebuild your credit and stuff, especially with the credit unions. But a lot of banks now, it's no longer 3 years, it's 4 years, okay? So that 10-year thing, yeah, it's on your credit for 10 years, but that doesn't mean that you cannot start rebuilding credit with the banks, you have to wait 10 years to rebuild credit with the banks. Usually with a lot of the major banks, it's 4 years. Some of them will let you do 2. So check with your local credit unions if you recently filed bankruptcy or whatever, you're trying to rebuild credit. Check with your local credit union and see what it is that they can offer you to help you rebuild credit, as well as talking about these companies. And also like your personal loans. If you have a job and everything, there are lenders, and I put a link below for someone like your personal loans that you may get qualified for because you have a job, you meet all those other criteria, but you don't have strong credit. So a personal loan would also help build up your personal credit as well, starting out. So I hope that this helps you. This is Houston with Three-Way Funding. If you have more questions about reestablishing your credit or building your business credit, check out the link below. Check out Three-Way Funding. And if you just really want to jumpstart your credit and everything, but you don't want to deal with a credit card because you still don't want to deal with annual fees, and like I said, these credit cards don't have annual fees, then what you want to do is start with a personal loan. Okay, a little higher interest because you don't have any credit, or you may have challenging credit, but at the same time, it will still help you build up your personal credit. So this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. I hope that this information is helpful to you, and don't forget to comment.